What up, what up? Peace, family. Gratitude, peace, gratitude, family, and more peace and more gratitude. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. Um, I hope that y'all been keeping up with your practices, um, maintaining good habits, and just increasing your prana, your life force, and your creative energy. As we move into new seasons, there's going to be a lot of change. All right, so a lot of things are going to be happening and taking place. And based upon how you deal with change, whether you accept it and roll with the punches and roll with the flow, or if you decide to resist it, um, it's going to dictate your next, year and years to come after that. All right, so we have changes on a few different levels. We have the seasonal change. So the weather is changing, it's getting colder every day. Um, we have a presidential change. So we have a new president coming into office pretty soon here. So I think next month on the 20th, the new president will be sworn in. Um, and we also have a yearly change. So we're shifting over from 2024 to 2025. And again, with all of these changes, you want to ask yourself, okay, are you being resistant? Are you trying to resist these changes and resist these things from happening? Or are you trying to flow with it? All right. Are you accepting change? Are you willing to change? Because be mindful, and I always talk about this. As much as things seem physical, as much as the environment and the atmosphere seems like things are going on around you, but you have to look at the bigger picture. These changes and these shifts are actually happening within us. All right, so I know things are a little bit slow right now. Um, the winter time. We're currently in Mercury retrograde, and the sun hasn't kind of picked up its momentum yet. It's still in that dying off phase until it becomes greater as we move into March, and then we look forward towards the spring equinox. All right, but right now the sun doesn't have a lot of momentum. It doesn't have as much energy. It's not at its peak. It's more at its dying off stage. So that is also a reflection of what's going on within us. All right. So old patterns, old belief systems, old ways of thinking should be dying off. It should be, or we should be focusing on releasing those things as we move into a new system and a new way of being, right? I know a lot of people are upset about the election. A lot of people might be happy about the election. I really don't know. But from what I see, a lot of people didn't want Trump to get into office. They wanted Kamala to win. And that kind of has a lot of people upset because, yes, there is going to be change. All right. Trump is definitely from a different, we'll almost say like a regime or family. Okay. He doesn't have a lot of support from the major businesses or the major companies or the elite. Most of that support and most of those resources were going towards Kamala. So you can always already kind of hear and see a lot of changes are going to be made. I mean, he's getting Elon Musk in there to create a whole new agency. Agencies within the government are supposed to be being dismantled. People are being sent back to their countries. It's just a whole bunch of changes and a whole bunch of shifts. And whether these changes are ultimately going to be good for the better, for the worse of the country, what we need to start to think about is okay, inevitably these changes are coming. but more so, what is this saying about us? Okay, what is this saying about our internal being and our internal state at this time and where we need to be? All right. My saying is no matter who's in the office, no matter who's president, because I personally I don't vote unless it's actually somebody that yeah I just don't vote. It's not something that I have done or I can see myself doing in the future. But you know, based on who's in office, is no need or is no worry to be upset or to be angry about it. But we can accept change. We can see the new policies that will be put into place, and we can use them to our advantage and our benefit as much as possible, no matter who would have been in office. Even if Kamala Harris would have won, I still would have prepared. Probably would have been a different sense of preparation. But we want to look at the policies and the ideas that each president has. So one, we can prepare ourselves moving forward, and two, we can set ourselves up for success. And we know what's we know what's going on, and we know how to prepare ourselves and get ourselves going moving forward. So if that's one thing that you're upset about, if that's one thing that you're kind of afraid of or resistant to, then that's one thing we kind of need to ask. Okay, well, why are we being resistant, and how do we accept this new change, and how do we move forward? All right. With this change, energy may be a little chaotic. I mean, I know the weather's pretty bad today where I am. It's kind of a rainy day and it's a little bit cloudy. So to me, that signifies release. Okay, so I'm releasing at this time, or the collective in general is kind of releasing energy. But we want to become attuned to those type of things. We want to align ourselves with nature. So we want to spend time outside still as much as possible. As long, even though it's cold, we still want to be in tune with nature because nature is going to help balance us out. So we want to get more herbs, more teas, get into any hobbies or anything new that you can learn or you've been wanting to put off. But you said, hey, I'm gonna start this year. I'm gonna start something new. I'm gonna start working on these projects. If you said it, and you haven't started or you haven't put the foot forward to get those things rolling, then you're resistant change. All right, and we kind of need to, put our foot in the water and get the ball rolling or get the momentum rolling because a lot of shifts are happening. The earth is evolving, the earth is growing, and like I said, a lot of changes are going to be coming. Like I can see it, I can feel it, I'm channeling it. So depending on where your energy is and whether you're resisting or accepting change, that's going to dictate whether you're moving into a new level or higher level of reality, existence, and dimensions, or if you're going to stay in the same level or if you're going to revert back down to lower levels. Increase your uh, chakra balancing techniques. So make sure that your chakras are balanced and aligned. Make sure you are eating high vibrational foods. Make sure your thoughts are high vibrational. Make sure that you are doing things that are going to keep you healthy, that you're exercising, that you're meditating, that you're socializing with like minded people, that you're connecting with like minded people, that you are consciously aware that changes for the better are happening quickly and rapidly, and that you are involved in helping others shift along that timeline to have some of those changes. All right. Whatever you need to let go, start letting go. Don't wait for the new year. Don't set, a New Year's resolution later when you can make those changes and put those thoughts and those actions into place now. All right. What are going to be your plans for the next few years? Are you aware of the new government establishment that's coming in? Have you been doing your research? Do you know what these new leaders believe in? Do you know what these where these new leaders are trying to take this country? One of the things Trump actually said once he won the election is, I'm going to take you guys into the golden age," which is funny because we are actually spiritually moving into the golden age. So I'm not sure if he just meant it in a spiritual way or just like a general way, but it was interesting in that was said, because we are moving, I believe, out of the Kali Yuga phase, to the age of from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's the stage we're moving into, which is the golden age, which should last us for many years. So we are in that transitional phase. We are in that transitional period. We are changing. We are moving to that level. But do you want to? All right, are you ready for it? Are you willing to make yourself uncomfortable? Are you willing to forego temporary pleasures for long-lasting results? Are you willing to evolve past your present state? Are you willing to let people go that no longer serve you, or you no longer serve them, that may be going in a different direction? All right, so these are all of the questions you need to ask yourself. These are all of the things that we need to do collectively, if we are going to be the people that are pushing and manifesting change within ourselves, and within the collective environment. All right. So hopefully this message helped. Hopefully, a lot of you are willing to, or gonna start putting those plans or goals into place in order to accept this change that is coming. If you found some value in the video, please please share, please subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll talk to y'all soon.